Washing off speed, big handful, but he hooked it around, kept the apex line nicely.
There's your
Sam, of course, but very, very lovely. Well, both
that's the one he's talking about.
Sisters, they try to do everything together. But
see how slippery these roads are, Joel?
Alex Kirkhouse and KNS Motorsports livery, yes it is. Very, very competitive. Here.
All-time favourite rally car, right? You should have it. 1, 2. Yep, that's it.
Thanks, Ollie. Yes, now I've just got a phone call from our team in town. We're waiting for the arrival of Train Ether back at the service park. I'm just looking to see if there's a radio point around here. Washing off a little bit of speed. Downhill in braking areas is always a difficult situation to set up, and a very unforgiving big junction at the bottom of the hill. But a very tiny drive indeed by Matthew Snad.
Flick it out. No, but it's still getting there.
Sounding very, very sweet as well.
I'm looking forward to seeing the roll.
Definitely sounds like one of the little twin cam engines. They're a very good little engine, the twin cam Toyotas, very strong engines, especially the 4AG series, the 1600 car of Garth Maguire and Heath Maguire. Ooh, crunched a bit of a gear there. There must be a gear there somewhere. Little hook up on the handbrake. Quite tidy. Wouldn't be happy with that gear change, but it's skating around and not looking very comfortable indeed. It's very, very taily indeed. The handbrake working effectively. That was nice. Is that an automatic?
It sounds like it does.
Sounds like an automatic.
Absolutely.
I've got a close look at it. That's another good job.
How strange to have an automatic in a rally. But those particular cars, when they first came out, even with the old VB and VC series Commodores, the rear end was so light. I remember my father-in-law
switched to Datsuns, and isn't he giving it a pretty good serve down the hill? Washing off speed, getting the car in a good situation. Yeah, got that a bit wrong. I think he carried a lot of speed down the hill and went very wide on his approach to that right-hand hairpin. So, yeah, carried a lot of speed down the hill, blew the hairpin a little bit, but he's still out there running. Now, the next car, the Frog Motorsport car. This is the anxious mothers in Carter-Cross, in rally sprints, in a Datsun Stanza, and has come to grips with the rear-wheel drive cars quite well. He's telling me last week, as he was doing some preparations, that he's always wanted to run a 2-litre twin cam, and this is his opportunity. And yes, it is. And tell it, it's pushing pretty hard too. The boys are really on a charge as they come down into the corner, carrying a lot of speed down the hill, balancing the car well, washing off a little speed, setting it up, hooking around with the hairpin. Hey, how good was that? Yay! That was a very, very good drive by Ross Burton and co-driven by Ashley Burton. And Mum will be happy to see that. Where is she? Give us a wave, Mum.
There she is, just on your left, Les. Not too far. There we go, down the hill a bit. Yep,
right,
there she is.
She's happy to see that happening the way it is. But I'll tell you what, that would have to be worth, especially being a rear-engine car, would have to be worth a good 4.5, I reckon, down the hill.
Good 4.5.
Very well controlled and carried a blue, green, orange, that's the colour. But anyway, I'm just waffling now. But look at this little car. They're a lovely little car, a beautiful shape, very similar in componentry to the Toyota Corolla. It's got the handbrake locked up well and truly before the apex. Certainly using every rev that little 4AG engine can put out.
that was very, very nice indeed. I reckon that's worth another 4.5.
Well, it
at
was
least.
very tight. He did. He had his handbrake locked on a little bit before he had the tail of the car sliding, so probably not quite technically correct as the way you drive a rear-wheel drive car. But Craig Waite comes down the hill now. Backing off a lot. I think if he fed the throttle, kept a little bit of power on, he'd find it a lot more stable coming down there, a lot less frightening. Close ratio gearbox too. It's got all the right gear in of this car, and I think once Craig spends a little bit more time behind the wheel and becomes a bit more confident in it, it's going to be a lovely little Clubman level car. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Les Ether. I've got Ollie, my offsider, and our lovely PA Sam. So we'll be back about 1 o'clock, and we hope you've enjoyed your mornings.